Alright, this is Free to Play Otis, and today we got a new side event, and I am awake in time. I'm available to actually cover it. So, we're gonna cover the temporal heist rifts, the modern age. This is the first week of the temporal heist. First, we're gonna go over the side objectives that came up with this. So, I've already done a couple of these. I've tried the rifts a couple of times just to see how they are. And you get a couple of side objectives for each difficulty. So for the most difficult one, I think the reward was like 9,000 tier 2 alpha shards or something like that. It was just tier 2 alpha. Then you got tier 5 basic, you got 1,000 6-star shards, you got another 9,000 tier 5 basic, 5 2%ers for tier 5 CC, and tier 3 alpha catalyst. So this is a first. I didn't actually think they would do this, and honestly 9,000 is such an insignificant amount. I mean, it's, cool, I guess, but I would have preferred like a 10% tier 5 CC or something like that. But whatever. I guess eventually it will get me closer to my first rank 4. As you can see, I have 0 of these resources. And then for epic difficulty, not much of a big difference. I mean, if you're Thronebreaker or Cavalier, really, it's not really what you're looking for. Is the 5,000 5-star shards and the 5-star Awakening Gem crystal. This should have been generics. I don't know what the hell they're doing, giving us crystals. Tier 5, sorry, 5-star class crystals. And now the game is deciding to lag. I don't know. It's been like that for a little while already. So I'm not sure exactly what's happening with the game at the moment. Maybe there's just too many people playing. Maybe it's my internet. Who knows? But it has been lagging on me all day. So let's hope that this clears itself up pretty soon. That way we can actually hit the actual event. So the temporal rifts, they're randomized. There is one objective that I completed that's not on here for completing the rift for the first time. So I just did it on master difficulty, and so I have the lockpick. But honestly, as a Thronebreaker, that's free to play. There's not really much that's worth playing for. I guess there's not really much that's worth unlocking. Oh, and lastly, before we actually go into the quest, there's one more thing. There's the solo objectives for arena fights. Win a fight in arena, win a fight using Spider-Gwen, SpiderMan 2099, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and Spider-Man Classic, and then you get more points for using Black Cat or Scorpion. And these rewards are actually like good. You get an entire tier 2 alpha, and then you get one entire tier 5 basic, and then 5 of these energy refills, which are going to be really useful because these temporal rifts actually cost a lot of energy. So the more you have, the more temporal rifts you actually be able to hit. So we're going to go into legendary difficulty, and the fights change up every time. Now, before you actually go in, you should bring a miss counter or someone who does not have like someone that does not have a 6 or 7 hit combo. You're going to see why the final boss has that node where every 10 hits on your combo meter, you're going to miss. So, if you have a 6-hit combo, then it's kind of difficult. I'm bringing in Daredevil Hell's Kitchen just because I know I'm going to need She-Hulk, just for the slow, or, for the utility that she brings. Cosmic Ghost Rider as well, Dr. Doom for power control, Apocalypse just because he's a badass. So, we're going to go in to begin the quest. Yes, I'm sure. And there is usually about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights. So this time we're going to get Spider-Man here. And this is why we're going to need She-Hulk, for that really easy access to the slow. But this fight changes. I've gotten Ultron, I've gotten Cull Obsidian, and I'm pretty sure you can probably get Vision Arcus. So just be wary of that. Just know that what kind of people you can get in your fight before you actually go in. Okay. And also his head is fucking huge, in case you guys didn't notice. Oh, I ran out of that. What? Oh, okay, that's bullshit. But for sure, why not? Sure, why not? Okay, I'm gonna go in with Apoc because at least he can kind of sort of counter evade. This is not even a very large health pool. You're gonna see that Apoc's head gets really big as well. I don't know who exactly gets the big heads. I'm thinking like villains, extra large champions, or like Spider-Verse champions. That's my theory, but I'm not exactly sure. It's funny, he hasn't evaded once. There we go. So we're going to do ability accuracy on this one. Okay, I caught that one nicely. Okay, cool. So I got my extra charge. So let's go over the rewards that are actually along the path. It's going to be randomized. So if we start all the way to the bottom, we have 15,000 tier 5 basic. We have 5,000 5-star shards. We have 22,000 tier 2 alpha. We have tier 4 class catalyst crystals. We have 2% tier 5 CC crystals, 2 of them, so you know, total 4%. We have 3,500 5-star shards, and then we have 1,350 6-star shards. So we're gonna chance it, and it's gonna send us. Oh, awesome! We are gonna get the 6-star shards. So, let's go into this. I'm actually gonna use Cosmic Ghost Rider for this fight. Now each path has its own distinct node. This one is a power gain node, so CGR is not gonna be bad. Once we get to 5 of those Cosmic Judgments. Now I just got him, so I'm not that good at him, and I also don't know why this motherfucker's head is like huge. There we go. That's a huge heavy attack. Maybe that wasn't the best way to play this, but yeah, it's alright. We got it down pretty easy. 36 hits, with the biggest hit being that heavy attack for 22,000. And this next fight, I think, is gonna be, oh, it's a Tigra, so it changes every time, especially between difficulties. So that's why you really got to be, you know, prepared to bring in the best counter. And I think Doctor Doom is the best power control counter, but just against Icarus is not the best matchup. Probably Black Widow Clairvoyant would have been better. So yeah, basically, in my opinion, the top 3 Mystic champions are Doctor Doom, Black Widow Clairvoyant, and Sorcerer Supreme. So if you have any of those 3, I think, you know, you'll be pretty well equipped for these power gain nodes or power control or anything like that. And once again, the game is lagging. It wasn't doing this before the update came out. It just seems that there's a lot of people playing or something. You know, kabam. This always happens whenever there's a new event. And once again, he has a big ass head. There we go. And for some reason, the power drain isn't as strong as I thought it would be. So we're gonna do that. Damn, he has a big ass head. Here's the standard Doom cycle. I think that should do it. Yep, that's good. Alright, so this next fight could either be a Thing or a Vision Arcus. That's pretty much the only two fights I've seen so far. And it looks like, oh, it's going to be Sentinel. Okay, cool. Cool, this should be pretty easy. So we got my CGR right here. And we're one fight away from that Aegon fight, which we will go over in just a second. There you go. There we go. Okay, cool. Cool. So, once you're past this fight, so this Aegon is kind of tricky. Not that much, but if you make a mistake, you know, the fight is pretty much over. So, we have Combo Party. You know, you get a cruelty every 10 hits on the combo meter, but once he hits you, you're going to take 40% of his damage as direct damage for each cruelty buff removed. So once you're pretty high, once you have a bunch of cruelties, you're really going to want to not get hit. Then Arrogance, you know, every 10 hits on the combo, you miss. His combo goes up. Special Delivery and Champion Boost. Now, Special Delivery, once again, it's better to have a 5-hit champion instead of a 6 or 7. That way you can gain more power and get more combos in. So Daredevil Hell's Kitchen, technically he can have a 6-hit combo if I end on a medium hit, but I'm gonna be ending on light hits just so I can get in more hits, more combos. My bad. So I think once you have a good miss counter, there's not much to worry about. You just really have to avoid getting hit. Come on, man. I was gonna heavy counter, but I just rather not risk it. Okay, my damage is ramping up pretty nicely. Oh, yeah, no, that's it. Okay. Well, that sucked. So, luckily, CGR is kind of a miss counter. You know, if you use them right, if you use that Vigilance correctly. But yeah, honestly, in my opinion, just Daredevil is probably the most stress-free. It might take a little while to actually get going. And that's why I should probably turn off my notifications. Oh, and I should have put a miss first. Sorry, I meant what's it called? The Vigilance passive. But yeah, I mean, just as long as you're careful, really, this should be pretty easy. You'll see at the end of each completion, you're going to get 150 shards for the pretty much the Cavalier crystals. So I got lucky. I got 1350 shards. You get the lockpick for completing the rifts at least once on any difficulty. So I recommend doing like master difficulty or like or uncollected, you know, epic difficulty. But you could also buy the lockpicks. You can buy 4 of them in total for 200 units each, which honestly you probably should at some point just to take advantage, but I would kind of wait until I would leave like one completion at the end and wait until each week to see like what the rewards are every week, like, you know, because like I feel like the week 1 rewards are usually not as good as week 2 and week 3 and week 4, so it might be more worth it to use the lockpicks later on. So I would save your units for now until you find, you know, one that it's worth it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a nice one.